Our walking journey takes us to the natural border between the Mount of Olives and the Old City. Then we re-enter the historic heart of Jerusalem to uncover more of its timeless tales from the past. The first sign ahead reads, is a name that echoes through the pages of history and faith. Also known as the Valley of Jehoshaphat, it lies between the Old City of Jerusalem and the Mount of Olives, housing ancient tombs and significant biblical landmarks. This valley has witnessed countless stories over millennia. Today, we follow its path steeped in stories and events that span centuries, making it significant to multiple cultures and religions. Once a deep ravine that carried a seasonal stream, the Kidron Valley served as a natural defense for the city of David. It was also the route King David took when he fled into the wilderness to escape his rebellious son, Absalom. Jesus frequently crossed the Kidron Valley on his way to the village of Bethany, his favorite place of rest and refuge. After the Last Supper, Jesus crossed the Kidron Valley with his disciples to go to the Garden of Gethsemane. Later, after he was betrayed, he was taken back the same way to the house of the high priest. On the right, the massive wall of the Temple Mount stands tall, with the sealed double portals of the Golden Gate clearly visible. In the light of the Passover moon, the white tombs carved into the valley's rock would have been a strong reminder to Jesus that the next day, his own body would be placed in a tomb. The Kidron Valley has been mentioned in the Bible several times. Since the 4th century, an identification of the Kidron with the Valley of Jehoshaphat, a name meaning Yahweh shall judge, mentioned in the book of Joel, has led to the belief that it will be the place of final judgment. As we continued chatting, our newly found travel sisters shared more about their life in Israel. Ate Marvik is based in Haifa, a northern Israeli port city. 1 hour and 45-minute train ride away, she visits Jerusalem whenever she can. Exploring significant sites has been her mother's dream, so being here is like fulfilling both her own and her mother's aspirations. Yet Absalom Gate serves as the entrance to the tomb of Absalom, also known as Absalom's Pillar, a prominent monument in Kidron Valley. Despite its name, it has no direct connection to Absalom, the rebellious son of King David. The structure was built during the Second Temple period, long after Absalom's time. Later traditions mistakenly linked the tomb to Absalom due to its prominent location and distinctive appearance. It stands 15 meters tall and is carved directly from the bedrock, with only the roof built separately. The monument showcases intricate architectural elements influenced by both Jewish and Hellenistic styles. Historically, parents brought disobedient children to the site as a lesson on respecting their elders, inspired by the biblical story of Absalom. It is one of the 3 monuments that make up the Petra of Jerusalem, a nickname often used to describe the hewn stone monuments found in the Kidron Valley, which also include the Benei Hezir tomb and Zechariah's tomb. These impressive structures, carved directly into the natural rock, showcase the intricate craftsmanship of the Second Temple period and draw comparisons to the rock-cut architecture of Petra in Jordan. While Petra is famously associated with the Nabateans, the Kidron Valley monuments date back to the Second Temple period and reflect Jewish funerary traditions, rather than Nabatean culture. The term Petra of Jerusalem highlights their historical and aesthetic significance. Ate Lizel has fallen a bit behind, so let's wait for her. As we move forward, the Benei Hezir tomb came into view. It dates back to the Second Temple period and is believed to be the burial site of a priestly family. The tomb is carved directly into the rock, showcasing intricate and impressive architecture typical of the era. The inscriptions found at the site suggest it belonged to the Benei Hezir, a family of priests who served in the temple in Jerusalem. The structure features multiple chambers and is known for its elaborate facade, including columns and ornate details. While not as famous as the tomb of Absalom, It remains a significant and fascinating example of ancient funerary architecture in Jerusalem.
Tsaka kung may mga
Adjacent to the Benei Hezir tomb that will complete the 3
sila.
monuments that make up the Petra of Jerusalem is Zechariah's tomb. Though traditionally attributed to the biblical prophet Zechariah, there is no definitive historical evidence linking the tomb to him. The tomb is believed to have been constructed during the Second Temple period, around the same time as other nearby monuments. Despite its name, Zechariah's tomb may not actually be the burial place of the prophet, and some scholars believe it could have been the tomb of a different prominent figure. It features inscriptions in Hebrew identifying it as the tomb of the Hezir family. The tomb features a conical roof and intricately carved details, showcasing the architectural style of the era. It's already past 6 p.m., and the surroundings are starting to grow dim. Despite the fading daylight, our walking tour continues to a significant natural water source located in the upper part of the Kidron Valley. We knew it might be closed, but we still gave it a try. The Gihon Spring, a key water source in the city of David, named after one of the rivers in Genesis, connected to the Garden of Eden. From the Gihon Spring, we walked a mile near David Street, road bus number 3, and re-enter the city through the Damascus Gate. Damascus Gate is one of the most iconic and busiest gates of the Old City, both for tourists and locals. It is also the starting point of the ancient Cardo, a Roman road that once served as the city's main north-south thoroughfare. We passed by the well-preserved section of the Cardo, including its large stone slabs, columns, and archways, particularly in the Cardo Maximus, the main stretch of the road that visitors can explore. Leaving the Cardo, we make our way to Zion's Gate, the ancient doorway that provides access to Mount Zion. Passing through Zion's Gate, we will enter Mount Zion, home to key sites like King David's tomb, the Room of the Last Supper, and the Church of St. Peter in Gallicantu. Being here is marking another significant spot on the map of Jerusalem. After spending an afternoon among the olive groves and panoramic views of Jerusalem at the Mount of Olives, the atmosphere changes as we reach Mount Zion. Here, winding streets are lined with ancient stone buildings, the facades rising against the sky, guiding us deeper into history. As we walk along the area around Mount Zion, we notice that the stonework in the buildings appeared more modern compared to other parts of Jerusalem's old city. This is due to much of the area being developed and rebuilt during the 19th and 20th centuries, particularly under the influence of the Ottoman Empire and later, the British Mandate. While the heart of the old city retains many ancient structures, especially in the Christian Quarter and Temple Mount areas, the buildings near Mount Zion have undergone various restoration projects over the years. We had seen this building in a video several times and imagined this very scene over and over. To finally stand in front of it and walk these narrow streets I once only dreamed of as a dream realized. It's a powerful reminder of the mind's ability to shape reality. What you think, you can bring to life. To individuals who once only envisioned themselves exploring beautiful, historic places, and now, here we stand, living the dreams we once only imagined. That ear-to-ear smile on my face definitely captures the feeling, a mix of awe and pure joy. It's a moment of happiness I can't help but wear, as everything around us feels like a dream come true. We are eternally grateful to the Lord. We're unsure if the place we want to visit is still open, as most sites close by 6 p.m. But we're giving it a shot anyway. We're here now, and there's nothing to lose. It's better to try and learn from the experience than to walk away regretting that we didn't even give it a chance. In life, taking the chance, even when uncertain, often leads to growth and valuable lessons, while staying back can leave us wondering what might have been. Although not always. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, things don't go as planned. Things don't align with our expectations, but that doesn't mean the experience was wasted. There's always something to learn, even from the moments we miss out on. It's part of the journey. There's another one we might be able to catch, so we didn't waste any time. A sight for a shepherd boy who rose to fame by defeating the giant Goliath. Located in the same complex is traditionally believed to be the burial place of King David, the revered ruler of ancient Israel. The site remains open to visitors until 10 p.m. and had separate section for men and women like in the Western Wall. The tomb is located on the ground floor of the building, while the room of the Last Supper cenacle is on the upper floor, highlighting the layered significance of the site. While there is no concrete archaeological evidence proving its authenticity, the tomb holds a central place in Jewish tradition and is considered a sacred site. It's housed within a complex that has served various purposes over the centuries, including as a church, a mosque, and now as a Jewish holy site. King David's legacy has inspired countless works of art, music, and literature, making the site resonate even with those unfamiliar with its religious significance. The site has been a place of Jewish pilgrimage since Middle Ages, especially on Jewish holiday of Shavuot, when it's customary to visit King David's tomb. The room itself reflects a blend of styles from different eras, including Crusader and Ottoman influences. Similar in Western Wall, there is room or section that contain numerous books. This site is currently managed as a Jewish holy site, and men and women have separate areas for prayers, in accordance with Orthodox Jewish customs. The rectangular cenotaph, or symbolic tomb, draped in richly embroidered cloth with inscriptions from the Psalms of David. The exact inscription on King David's tomb is not universally agreed upon. One common inscription is from Psalms 89-4, which says, "I have made a covenant with my chosen one, I have sworn to David my servant." Additionally, the Star of David is often present, symbolizing his legacy as the unifying King of Israel. The text on the cloth may vary depending on the caretaker's traditions, but generally honor David's role as a king, warrior, and psalmist. After our visit to King David's tomb, it was time to bid farewell to Atay Marvik and Atay Lizel. We will take different routes to reach our accommodation. Atay Marvik will still catch the train to Haifa. She invited us to visit Haifa. At the moment, this isn't possible yet, but we're hopeful that, in time, it will be. Most Filipinos working in Israel are employed in the caregiving and hotel industries. According to our newfound travel sisters, they have good working conditions, which we are happy to hear. We let them know that if they ever visit Dubai, we'd be delighted to meet up and offer them the same warm hospitality they showed us. Atay Marvik and Atay Lizel truly embodied the role of exceptional hosts, travel companions, and sisters. From the moment we met at the Triumphal Path, their warmth and hospitality were evident, making us feel welcome and at home in a foreign land. With heartfelt goodbyes and well wishes exchanged, and the shared hope of reconnecting someday, we part ways with Atay Lizel and Atay Marvik. This is my clip of the women's side at King David's tomb. Paul and I took a moment to stop by the Jewish quarter to admire the magnificent golden menorah. In the heart of the Jewish quarter stands the golden menorah, a stunning recreation of the ancient temple's seven-branched candelabrum. Encased in glass, this masterpiece was crafted based on biblical descriptions and historical records. It symbolizes the rich heritage and enduring spirit of the Jewish people. The most famous menorah was the one used in the ancient Jewish temple in Jerusalem, which is described in the Bible. The menorah had 7 branches, each holding a light, and was a symbol of the presence of God. In Jewish tradition, the menorah has come to represent light, wisdom, and divine inspiration. The menorah is also a symbol of Jewish identity and heritage, often seen on Jewish coins, in synagogues, and on Israel's official seal. It has become one of the most recognized symbols of Judaism worldwide. To wrap up our second day, we watched the supermoon illuminate the night sky over Jerusalem from the rooftop of our hotel. It was a truly unforgettable way to conclude our second day's journey through the Holy Land. Hopefully, this won't be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to witness the Holy Land, whether by day or night. May peace and healing prevail for significant sight, and especially for the preservation of humanity.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit bell button of Paul Tonet for more videos.